Hello everyone, my name is Miranda Buss. I'm the Assistant Director of the Illinois Professional Science Master's Program, and today we're going to talk briefly about how to apply and use our application system. So it is a fairly straightforward application system. There are two ways of going in. You can go to the choose.illinois.edu/apply, or you can go to our website, which is psm.illinois.edu/apply, and click on the Apply button. Both of them will take you to the Graduate College's application page. If it's your first time logging in, it will give you the option to either log in or create an account. Obviously, you'd want to create an account, and once you do that, you will start a new application. Since I've already got a couple of test ones in here, I'm just going to open that up for you to look at. So once you open that up, it will take you directly to the instructions page. And in the instructions, it's going to talk about minimum requirements, how to do your proposed program of study, transcripts, etc. And for the most part, it will walk you through all sorts of information, whether you're applying to multiple programs, application fees, etc. Any departmental questions, it will tell you to go visit the departmental page. And so in that case, you would want to come back to our PSM page and the application information, and it will talk about some of the further details. There are also a couple other videos that relate to the application on things such as test scores and one on the personal statement. Feel free to watch those at another time to learn more about those items. For the most part, the application is pretty self-explanatory. So you will see here that there is a navigation screen here on the left-hand side of the application, and that is going to be where you input all of your information. So you can jump around if you want to, or you can go step by step and hit continue at the bottom of each one of these pages. The first page is personal information. That is the standard information about you. We do ask that you put both a permanent and a mailing address. And this is because some of you might be going to school and might not have access to your current mailing address whenever things need to be sent to you, especially if you're an international student. So it might be a better idea to include your parents' address as your permanent address, so this way they can receive your I-20 documents in case you are not at the school location. So most of the time the department will ask which one of those addresses you would like things to be sent to. So having them both in there early is helpful. We also ask that you provide a telephone number, and you can just put one of those in there. Most students use a mobile number. And this is so if we need to reach you and things aren't coming through email, we have a second way of getting a hold of you. And normally I try to email you a couple of times before I place a phone call or a text message to you, but this is just a backup just in case. The main thing here is you're going to be selecting your country of citizenship. So domestic students, you would select United States, and it's going to ask for your social security number and some background information. If you're an international student, let's say from Taiwan, you will select Taiwan, and this screen will change. It will ask you if you're a U.S. permanent resident, etc. So once you hit continue, you will move on to a page that looks like this. So the international students, it's going to ask you about visa documents. The majority of you are probably going to come in on an I-20. However, if you are going to be on a government sponsorship, you will probably select a DS 2019 or a J1. There are other options that some of you might fall under. If you've got questions, please feel free to reach out and ask us. Domestic students, your page is going to look a little different. It's going to ask about the birth city, country, etc., and ask about your veteran status. But once you get past the residency information, the application is fairly standard for both international and domestic students. You will go to the program page next. And when you get to the program page, it's going to ask you a few questions about your U of I affiliation. But the main thing here is indeed your proposed program of study. There are a couple of ways to go about this, my preferred way is to select the Professional Science Master's program as your program, and then it'll only show you the Professional Science Master's degree availability, so the 6 programs that we currently have. And so then you could select one. Let's say you're in Food Science and Human Nutrition. However, if you feel more comfortable or you would rather scroll through and find your degree program, so let's say that is Food Science and Human Nutrition, you can select that as your program and then select the PSM as your degree. Both of them will get you to the same location. They just have it, and there are 2 different ways for our program to make it a little easier for you. You will select the term. You'll also put in how many years of experience you have. This is not a limiting factor for any of our students. It's just nice for us to know before you come in what your skill level is out in industry. There are a few more things about marketing information and talking about your application fee here, and then you'll move on to academics. So in academics, here is where you're going to put all the information about your bachelor's degree. If you have a master's, you'll also be putting that here. You will hit Add Institution if you don't have one here already. But let's say I already have this one open and I need to change something. I'm going to hit Edit. And let's say I didn't go to Kansas State University, that I actually went to Michigan State University. I can start typing Michigan in, and I can select Michigan State University. And our system automatically uploads like the city and the state if it knows it. Then all you need to change is the dates that you went there, the level of study, degree, etc. You will need to submit your transcripts along with these. So what you will do here is upload transcripts. At this time, they can be unofficial transcripts. So many universities have a like online system where you can go in and check your grades each semester. And so you can provide like a PDF of those and upload those here, or a scanned page. If you are admitted, we will ask for your official transcripts before classes start. If you've already finished your degree, you might also include a scan of your diploma. Test scores are required for the program. We do require the GRE for each one of our programs, so you will want to add some GRE scores here. So you would add test and it would pull up which type, and you'd select the GRE. You'd input the date, and we would really like you to put both actual score as well as your percentile in here. If you're an international student, you will most likely be required to take the TOEFL or the IELTS exam. There's a whole nother video on that, so please go and review it to see if you have an exception to the rule. Once you've inputted your test scores, it's going to ask you to upload official documentation as well. So we would like you to tell us your test number if you took the TOEFL and upload a copy. You can also upload like a copy of your GRE scores, but you can also just send those directly to the university and they will make sure those official scores are in there. As I mentioned earlier, both a resume and personal statement are required with our application. When you upload a resume, it can either be a resume or a CV, and it doesn't have to be perfectly polished. We just need to see where you're at, and this also gives us some background about your work history or projects you have done in the past. Then you will add your personal statement. As I mentioned, there's a whole nother video on personal statements. We highly encourage you to watch that to answer questions about what we're looking for in those. So you'll upload your personal statement here. So you'll come here and click Add Recommender, and you will fill out all the information about them. The main thing here is we do need a telephone number and we do need their email. The email is extremely important. That's how they receive their notification that you're needing a letter of recommendation. And once you type your information in and hit Send Recommender, it's going to automatically send an email to those people you have identified. So make sure you've already asked them ahead of time if they would serve as a recommender so they know that it's coming from us. Once you have all this information filled out, you're going to be signing and reviewing your application. So you will come in and type your name, and then you're going to hit Continue and it'll go to Review. So in the review section, it's going to highlight anything that you don't have selected correctly. So for instance, I apparently didn't save my country of residence or my visa needed. I didn't upload the credentials from all my institutions because I was just walking you through these. It will not let you submit until these things have been submitted. For your knowledge, all you need to have is your 3 references put in. They do not have to have them finalized to submit your application. And so for right now, I'd hit save for later. For those of you who are done, you would put submit. And there you have it. It's really simple to do your application for our program. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'd be happy to chat with you. Have a great day. Bye.